Hello children. In the previous video we studied what do we mean by flower. Okay, we saw the structure of the flower with the help of a diagram, and then we started with the general description of floral parts. Under that we have already studied the first whorl of the flower, that is the calyx, and second whorl of the flower, corolla, in detail. Now we will start with the third whorl of the flower, that is the androecium, and we are going to study about it in detail with the help of the diagram. Along with that we are going to study certain terms related to the androecium, right? So first we will observe this diagram. Right over here, this is the third whorl of the flower called as the androecium. Each member of the androecium is called stamen. The androecium is the male reproductive part of the flower. The number of stamens in each flower differs. Okay, it depends from one flower to the other how many stamens will be present in that particular flower. Okay, and when you observe the stamen in detail, you find that the stamen has two parts. Okay, thin thread-like part called as the filament, and at the top of the filament there is a lobed structure present which is called as the anther. This anther is having two lobes. Okay, now this is the internal structure of the anther. The two lobes can be seen. Okay, each lobe is having pollen sac. Within the pollen sac the pollen grains are produced. Okay, when the anther is fully mature, it will break open so that the pollen sac releases the pollen grain into the air. Okay, pollen grains are important structures which are produced inside the pollen sac. Pollen grains are important structures which are produced inside the pollen sac. Okay, why they are important? Because they contain the male gamete which is required for the process of fertilization during the reproduction process, right? Now these pollen grains appear as powdery structure over the anther when the anther breaks open. Why? Because the pollen grains are very minute, very small in size. Different flowers will be having different shape and different size of the pollen grain. Understanding? Okay. Now coming once again to the androecium. Okay, so what we studied, it is having two parts, filament and anther. It produces pollen grain within the pollen sac. Okay, now there are certain terms which are related to the androecium or the stamen. Okay, see, each plant, as I told you, each flower, as I told you, will be containing different number of stamens. Okay, if there are many stamens present in the flower and all the stamens are free, then there is a condition called as polyandrous. Okay, what is the term? Polyandrous. All the stamens are free. Okay, as the example is petunia. In that all the stamens are free from each other. But in certain other cases, the stamens may be united together in groups. In that case, there are different terms related to it. The first term is monadelphous. When all the stamens are united in one group by their filament, okay, then that is called as monadelphous stamen. The anthers will be free, but the filaments will be forming one single group. Okay, the example over here is of hibiscus. Okay, the hibiscus filaments unite together to form the staminal tube, right? The second term is diadelphous. Here the filaments are united in two bundles. How many groups are there? Two groups. That is why it is called as di. Di means two. Diadelphous. Okay. See, the example over here is that of pea. In pea there are 10 stamens. 9 stamens are fused together with the help of their filament, and one stamen stands out. So there are two groups. One group contains 9 stamens and one is of single stamen, right? So it is diadelphous stamen. Coming to the third one, polyadelphous stamen. When you consider polyadelphous stamen, there are many groups of stamens present. There are many groups of stamens present. Okay, that is why it is called as poly. Poly means many. Polyadelphous stamen. Okay, so these are the things related to the third whorl of the flower, that is the androecium. Okay, each member called as stamen. There are two parts, filament and anther. Okay, the anther will be producing pollen grain within the pollen sac, right? Then depending upon the formation of group by the stamens, there are three terms: monadelphous, diadelphous and polyadelphous. Okay, fine. Next we go to the fourth whorl of the flower called as the gynoecium, right? Now, when we study about the gynoecium, with the help of the same diagram, okay, see, this is the gynoecium. Okay, each member of the gynoecium is called as pistil or carpel. When you observe the pistil, you find that it is having three different parts: the stigma, which is a lobed structure, the style, which is thin wiry structure, and then at the base you are having a globolus structure, which is called as the ovary. Okay, so these are the three different parts of the pistil. Consider the number of pistil in each flower. It is different depending upon the species. Okay, so the stigma. Okay, stigma is a knob like part present in the gynoecium or in the pistil. Okay, in certain cases the stigma will be sticky, in certain cases the stigma will be having feathery appearance. Okay, so it depends from one plant to the other plant, right? This stigma acts as a landing place for the pollen grain during the pollination period. Okay, so when the pollen grain is released from the anther, it will be coming out and it will be falling on the stigma. Okay, so stigma is the recipient organ for the pollen grain. Then we are having the style, which will be joining the stigma to the ovary, right? The swollen basal portion of the pistil is called as the ovary, right? And when you go inside the ovary, you observe that there are many locules or chambers present in the ovary, right? Within the ovary, you will be finding ovules to be present. Within this ovule, the female gamete called as egg is present. Okay. The ovules are attached to the wall of the ovary with the help of a tissue called as placenta. The ovules are attached to the wall of the ovary with the help of a tissue called placenta. Remember the term placenta. Okay. So, about the gynoecium or the fourth whorl of the flower, gynoecium, each member is called as pistil or carpel. There are three parts: stigma, style and ovary. The stigma is the landing place for the pollen grain. The style connects the stigma to the ovary, and the ovary produces the egg, which is called as the female gamete. Understanding? So we studied in this video about the two remaining whorls of the flower, that is third whorl androecium, fourth whorl gynoecium. And if you remember, we had discussed that androecium and gynoecium are called as the essential whorl of the flower because they are directly involved in the process of reproduction. Okay, without them the reproduction will not take place. Fine.